Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek the 25th Anniversary Edition on the NES. As always, I am Kamen Rider Gumo, and I just had to replay the entire first planet because the game refused to accept my password. I think I'm going to try to record the whole thing in one stint now, so I don't have to do that ever again. I don't know if it's a glitch in my copy of the game or what, but I just don't want to ever have to deal with that again. Okay, take one last note here, and we can get started on the next mission. So, we open our start menu and go to the navigation menu. As you can see, we're in uncharted space. There are several planets here. Masaba is where we currently are, as indicated by the flashing Enterprise logo. And this planet is called Megalith. This is Lapith. No reason to ever go to those two. This is Ibex. And that's Kappa. Acanthus. Apandana. And Lekithos. And that's it for uncharted space. The next planet is over in the Romulan Empire, but we don't have enough fuel to get that far. Lekithos is the farthest we can go. It looks like the continent of Australia. Anyway, press A and you will warp to the planet. Or rather, it'll bring up a dialogue choice giving you the choice to set course for the planet. Yeah, I didn't play ahead. This is semi-blind. So, Class L, bearing 0, Mark 96. Well, it's habitable. Human life can, according to the Star Trek universe anyway, survive on Class L, M, or N planets, with M being optimum, and L and N being on opposite ends of the spectrum as far as survivability. But anything lower than L or higher than N, and theoretically we couldn't survive. So we will set our course, because I've rambled on long enough. And Chekhov gets possibly his only recurring line in the game. It's really not used all that much. And we go through warp, which isn't a very long trip. Spock once again promotes himself to Captain Obvious. I like how they actually show the planet zooming in. It's not necessary, but it's nice. The funny thing is, if you try to go to any of the other planets, it'll let you go there. You know, you won't necessarily be able to beam down all of them. Beam down to all of them, rather. But, you know, you can warp around to them, check them out, do whatever. And basically go back and forth between all the planets, even go back to Masaba if you want. It will not trigger the message that you can't go anywhere else until you come to this planet. So we will once again beam down with a landing party. The reason there are 2 security officers here is I played the entire first mission with 2 security officers, and nobody took a hit. But for the purposes of showing some story and dialogue, I will be sticking with Spock and McCoy. One thing I do want to show here, a mistake I believe they've made. On McCoy's status screen, it says McCoy Leonard J. And as any dutiful Star Trek fan knows, his name is Leonard H. McCoy, as stated in Star Trek 3. So, blooper. And I can't let that slide because this game was made well after Star Trek 3. So we will beam down. And because this is the first time we're doing this, I'm going to let this dialogue play. And 5.5 minutes into the recording, I haven't done crap. And this is basically Spock saying, we're out of gas. And apparently Spock is as bad as 3PO when it comes to odds. Maybe Kirk should take a lesson from Han Solo's book. So this is Lakeithos. Actually, I think I've made a mistake already. Yes, I have. I apologize for this. You're gonna have to put up with me doing this again. I was thinking that was another planet. That's what I get for doing this semi-blind. What you have to do here is beam down with a geologist, which I'll do as soon as I can get there. There you go. Geologist. And a security officer. I can never decide whether to stay quiet till I get to the screen or not, and it just sounds awkward and weird. So beam down with these two. And it's primary color parade. Gee, wonder which one's gonna get shot. Actually, I kid. Nobody in this game suffers from red shirt syndrome. And despite wearing a blue shirt, our specialist has, I believe, the same portrait as Chekhov. So, yay. I said Sulu before, but I meant to say Chekhov. My mistake. Now, one thing that I cannot help but notice, that I'd forgotten about, is that the security officer is a palette swap of Kirk. So, I admit I wasn't paying attention. I think he said to the southeast, so I'm just going to head over that way. We're going to see some new enemies here, so I recommend putting phasers on full. That's what I'm talking about. Floating heads that pop out of craters. And if you think that's weird, you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, so we can't fix that just yet. What am I up to? 9.5 minutes. Okay, so head back up here. Oh, that was embarrassing. Yeah, you need Spock. Well, I'm past the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to end the video here and hopefully join you when I know what I'm doing. I'm finding myself just as lost as when I first played this. So, I will see you next time on part 6, when we hopefully actually get something done.